We're jumping right into this explainer for a guided tour of a brand new, pretty amazing digital tool we've got available to us right here at the University of Hawaii. My name is Hector Wong, and I profess ICS at Leeward Community College. My office is located at the Waianae Moku Satellite Campus. Come visit. We're going to master Google Gemini together and figure out how to leverage it both effectively and, most importantly, safely. So let me ask you something. How would you like to have a super intelligent assistant for your coursework? Seriously, think about all those tasks piling up right now, summarizing crazy long articles, finding the bug in your code, or just brainstorming for a major project. Well, as UH students, you actually have access to exactly that right inside your core Google workspace. Okay, let's dive into this. What exactly is Gemini? Basically, it's Google's advanced generative artificial intelligence system. It's powered by what we call large language models, or LLMs for short. Think of these like a giant puzzle. They're a type of machine learning trained on literally mountains of text and code. They work by predicting patterns in human language, which is why they can generate responses that sound incredibly natural and human-like. But here is the absolute kicker. Gemini cannot read your mind, it just can't. It only responds to the queries you construct, which we call prompts. If you don't give it specifics, if you leave out constraints or examples, the AI is essentially just going to guess what you want. And trust me, it might interpret your request in ways you completely did not intend. So, to get accurate responses, you need a game plan. Here are 5 quick tips. First, be specific. Clarity is your best friend here. Second, use precise keywords. Third, give it exact instructions on how you want the answer formatted. Fourth, whenever you can, provide examples of the style you're looking for. And finally, always iterate and refine based on what it spits out initially. Let me give you an example of how this plays out. Say you just vaguely ask Gemini to create an image of sandals on a tropical beach. Well, you might get these giant, bizarre floating sandals taking over the whole sky. But if you refine it, say you ask for a sketch of sandals resting on the sand with gentle waves lapping, palm trees swaying, and the sun just peeking through the clouds, bam! You get a drastically different, totally accurate result. The details absolutely matter. All right, shifting gears for a quick but highly important safety briefing. Data protection is paramount in this class. According to the master agreement between UH and Google, when you interact with Gemini using your Google at UH account, your activity will never be reviewed by humans, and it won't be used by Google to train or improve their AI models. The whole shebang in your workspace is protected. However, and this is a big however, that institutional protection does not mean we can be careless. You have to exercise strict caution. Stop and think before you type. Never input personally identifiable information or PII. Do not include your classmates' work or FERPA-protected data. And absolutely no sensitive, confidential, or proprietary university information. Now, beyond data privacy, we also have to talk about your reliability as academics. Look, generative AI models can and will confidently generate completely fabricated information, and they do it in a very convincing way. We call these hallucinations. You must always evaluate the information for credibility. Gemini does have a built-in double-check feature. Please make sure you're using it. You also need to watch out for data limitations. These AI models are trained on sweeping datasets, sure, but they don't know everything. Because they rely on historical information, they can sometimes give you outdated facts or completely lack the context for highly specialized, cutting-edge topics that we'll cover in your coursework. You always need to verify its outputs against your actual course materials. One last warning, keep in mind the lack of transparency in how these outputs are actually generated. Many of these models are incredibly complex. They're basically a black box. This makes it genuinely difficult to understand exactly how they arrived at a specific answer or a specific block of code. You can't just blindly copy and paste. You have to fundamentally understand the logic behind the results you're turning in. So, as we officially kick off this semester, I'm going to leave you with this challenge. Will you let AI do your thinking for you, or will you use it to elevate your own critical ideas? Gemini is a remarkable tool provided by UH, but it requires you to remain a critical thinker first and foremost. The tool is yours, so go use it wisely. Have a great semester, everyone.